In an unprecedented move in Tanzania's history, President Samia Suluhu Hassan was sworn in at a military base with a closed ceremony, breaking the nation's long-standing tradition of colorful public inaugurations as nationwide protests shook the country. The arrest followed an election in which Hassan won nearly 98% of the vote after the two main opposition candidates were barred. The scale of the protest had prompted the government to impose a curfew and tighten security, measures that have now been partially lifted. The main opposition party, Chadema, described the election as a coronation, arguing that minor parties offered no real contest against President Hassan.
Samia is trying to reinstate herself in the reins of power without being elected by the people.
Chadema claims at least 800 people have been killed since protests began on election day, October 28, but these figures remain unverified. Diplomatic and hospital sources report hundreds, in some cases thousands of deaths nationwide, but the government insists the violence was limited to isolated incidents. Businesses are reopening in Dar es Salaam and Arusha after days of closures, though the tourism and aviation sectors remain disrupted. Several international airlines cancelled flights, leaving tourists stranded in Zanzibar and near Kilimanjaro. Internet access has partially returned, but major social media platforms like WhatsApp, TikTok, and others remain restricted, according to NetBlocks. Security forces maintain a heavy presence with police and soldiers patrolling key intersections across the capital.
We are urging them to exercise restraint and facilitate the right to protest in Tanzania. We are asking them to hold accountable any perpetrators of these violations in free and fair trials without recourse to the death penalty and through immediate investigations.
President Hassan acknowledged incidents of violence that led to loss of life and pledged that security agencies would investigate.
I have ordered the national security and regional security agencies to make sure that from this minute onwards, normalcy returns in the country.
The Tanzania constitution leaves no room for opposition parties to contest election results. Under Article 41, subsection 7, once the Electoral Commission declares a winner, no court, domestic or regional, can overturn the outcome, leaving protest and international appeals as the only options. As Tanzania begins to stabilize, the impact of the recent election remains. President Hassan is firmly in office, but our government faces mounting pressure to address the widespread unrest and demands for accountability.